houses. The other day we had bad publicity in Oman. Kenyans sleeping. They are actually still sleeping for the ones that their cases have not been resolved. But if we had a safe house where we could keep them as we wait for the resolution of the problems, I believe that it could be able to cover our anxiety, to cover our shame, because it doesn't look very nice in the crisis of other countries that Kenya, we are known as big. We are known for our good things and so many things that we are doing, but how much are we doing in protecting our diaspora outside there? We just say they're bringing in $1 trillion, so they are not really seeing what we are doing to them on the ground. They need to see that protection. We benchmark a lot with Philippines. I think every time the PS travels, she's always in the Philippines safe house. We have seen their model. They are doing very, very well. But how are they managing it? Because they have invested a lot in the protection of their diaspora. So, good. Could you kindly take that and maybe push it for us? You've made your case.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, sir, just to add to what my colleague was saying. Yeah. Wananchi serikali saidia. In fact, when Kina Ambassador Bore came last Friday to see serikali saidia, and this is going to be the base of serikali saidia. So we really need our officers in this mission.
Good. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Good. Okay. Habari. How are you? Okay.
These are from officers who man the call center. As you may realize, is that the 48th constituents of the diaspora is a 24-hour round the clock because of the different time zones. So we have this call center that is 24 hours, whereby some can call during the day and some can call during the night. So we receive quite a number of calls, and especially when we're having maybe a crisis outside in many of the countries where the Kenyans are. And so this is what we have, this call center, and we will come to have sex. You might just be,
so you
might just be surprised by one of our
go ahead.
A small presentation.
Okay, you want me to look here?
Yes.
I am here in a purely support capacity.
Okay, good afternoon, Excellency.
Yeah.
Operations of the call center. It operates under the Welfare and Rights Division and by trained officers who have gone through capacity building. Our call center has a call and WhatsApp line. And you can also make phone calls from your screen. I'll show you later that we have taken data and actually been able to see how the our support line, as for us it's really important. There's a first call.
Oh, sorry. Respond. Yes, respond.
Actually, sir, we would like you to
Oh. What will I tell my good people?
Just forward it to 1002.
What is this? This is the script. This is your script.
Wow.
It's going to come.
You got phone. Martin,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello.
no, you can just use the earphones.
I can use this. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Okay, let's try with this one.
Yeah, okay, maybe I should not have... Hello? Hello? Hapa ni Diaspora. Anastasia. Aha, sema Anastasia. Okay, kwanza unapiga kutoka wapi? Aha, anapiga kutoka Murang'a. Hebu niambie majina yako yote. Anastasia Mwangi. Haya. Basi nieleze. Dada yako anaitwa nani? Faith Mwangi. Haya, na yuko wapi? Aha. Aha.
Hi, good afternoon.
What's the name
Yes.
of this customer?
This is the speaking. How can I do assistance today?
Aha.
Good afternoon, Sheila.
Aha. Akawaje?
You're looking for a job?
Okay.
Yes. Under the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, there's a department by the name of Kazi Maju. Kazi Maju is under skills and expertise, and through them, they go out and look for jobs abroad, and
number.
they can be able to connect Kenyans here.
Okay, so I have received, I've taken down the number.
For me,
Let me call you back in a few minutes.
yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Recommend you the email of the department through Kazimaju at diaspora.gov.ke. There. Yes, K-A-Z-I. Yes, like Kazim.
Faith Mwangi.
Yes, Kazimaju. Yes. Give that number.
Okay, alienda Nyamakima na hakuonekana tena. Sasa umempata kwa simu, amewapigia kwa namba 97.
That doesn't really happen there. So, the safety will be paramount. Yes, we need to look at the job and we make it to
Okay.
so that in case when it
Ah.
has a offer and with that and you can apply to jobs.
Haya, mtu atakusaidia Anastasia Mwangi. Haya, nitakupa. Haya, ujumbe umefika, lakini sasa nitakupatia mtaalamu msikizane vizuri kabisa, sivyo? Haya, ngoja kidogo. Haya, kuna msichana hapa anaitwa Elizabeth atakuongelesha. Haya. Okay, ulikuwa naongea na Mheshimiwa Mudavadi, lakini Elizabeth atakusaidia. Haya. Ngoja kidogo. Anastasia Mwangi. And her sister is Faith Mwangi.
So that sounds like a trace call.
Yes.
Like someone who is looking for a lost
Yes.
loved one.
Yes. She left her home, left her baby with her and the mother, came to Nyamakima, and then from Nyamakima they've never heard from her again.
And then they
Until they received a call.
with a +97 number.
Plus a 97 number, and that's it. And then they said they're under torture. or distress. But no other detail.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, as you can see, barely busy.
Yes.
That's our daily occurrence.
Yeah, it's tough.
Some will come with no details and they need you to trace such a person, but we still find out.
Okay.
We still find out.
Okay.
So you can continue. So as you can see, it is a working station.
It is.
That is why the calls are coming in as we're here.
CCTV to what yes is saying. The logs that total call logs that we had since September of last year are highs of 6,608. Those are the total number of call logs. On average, as we operate both the telephones inside here and there's a mobile phone that also has WhatsApp. WhatsApp calls, mobile calls, and the call center calls, they average at around 66 calls in a day. Our highest calls we've ever had in a day are 114, and this actually you will find that it's representative of the current state. I think this was during the Israel situation. And the operating window, when we get the largest number of calls, is from dawn to around 10 to 11 p.m. And average, we were able to take the data and do some machine learning on it. We forecasted that we'll probably get 130 to 170 calls per week. So it's something that is fully operational and people know about it and they trust that this is a channel that is happening. This is just a representation of the data that we had. So I can see most of our calls actually follow the 9 to 5 schedule. At 11 is when we get our highest. Oh, sorry. And calls per day, you can see during February, March, and August. If you look at recent events, you'll see that they also follow the trends that we're seeing in global politics. Most of our calls are outbound because we do get calls and then we need information from them. And sometimes when somebody comes to us and sometimes people are so distressed that the information they give you is not really full. So you need to call them, ask for passport numbers. What's the last time you spoke? What's the last location of the person that you know of the person? So most of our calls are actually outbound. To also CCTV more on that is actually a working call center, you can see that most of our calls are actually answered, but you also have some unanswered calls that go through your answer. And that is why in our previous one, you see that also we have a high outbound calls. So as much as some do get unanswered due to, I can say it's the surge hours between the 10 to 12 a.m., we do make sure that the call is. We have to find out why are you too early to begin and why did you call us? How can we give assistance? These are just our wins as how the data and the technology that has been able to help us. So, yeah, this is call center in a nutshell. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. You guys need to see to believe.
You need to see the yes. Seeing is believing.
Okay.
Excellent. Please have a seat and write an encouraging message to the staff of the call center.
Yes.
And the council.
Clean it up.
Resilience, right? Resilience.
Yes. Yes.
Look at number 16.
Yeah. So we are on the ground floor. We're on the first floor. We are at the 26th and 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, how many floors?
Yeah.
4.
We are 200.
Karibu sana Mheshimiwa Prime Secretary, umezidi kusimama hivyo. Ningeomba tu tuanze na wimbo wa taifa na wimbo wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki.
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu.
Tunaweza kuketi.
Your Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Principal Secretary, with his colleagues,
Let us pray. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim.
but also to interact with this team, to see where we do our work, so that when you are around here, you know that you are home. Today, I don't want to do a lot of the talking. It is your day, but it is also the day for our team to get to interact with you a little more. So without spending a lot of time, I know that you're very committed to the diaspora. And I know you're also very committed to our team, to ensuring that we're able to deliver the very big vision that we have. So what I wanted us to do today is to spend some time hearing from the people on the ground. You've noticed that they're the ones who have told you about what they do at the welfare, and Director Emma has led that very well. I want to invite three other people to speak to us very quickly about the work that we do here, and then after that, I am hoping that we will have some time for you to interact, especially with our youngest officers, before we have a cup of chai. So Ambassador Helen Gishuhi, if you could please come and then help us tightly.
Excellency, the Prime Cabinet. Yes, our leadership in the State Department. Good. We are highly favored to have youngest. No, we are not the youngest child right now, but we are among the youngest ones, and we feel we should have a special place. 4 departments in the State Department, which then we wanted to just share a small snippet of what it is that we do. I'll start with Director Limo on partnerships and liaison. Please come and just share a little snippet of what we do.
Thank you, Ambassador Helen. Your Excellency, I'll just present what we do as liaison and partnerships. In the State Department's 10-point mandate, we cover around 3 mandates. One is promotion of continuous dialogue with Kenyans abroad. The other one is we do liaison with stakeholders to promote partnerships of Kenya's diaspora in democratic processes in the country. And the other one, the last one, is maintaining success stories that we have. One is the formation of diaspora umbrella associations. We have successfully coordinated the mapping and the formation of umbrella associations for the Kenyan diaspora paving way for better organizational structures and representation across various regions. We've also been able to undertake or coordinate philanthropic activities, which has fostered and facilitated philanthropic projects led by Kenyans in diaspora to support humanitarian efforts nationally and in the county level. For example, we have the ANE International, which undertook free surgeries in Meru and Murang'a. Ensuring voices and concerns are represented at the decision-making level. And in this, we've engaged we are currently to more countries and more centers across the globe. On collaboration with the county governments, we be able to collaborate to facilitate even our sister division of skills and expertise to be able to hold job fairs. This has resulted in many Kenyans youth being exposed to. But the first one is the resource mobilization. We've been able to, you know, Your Excellency, the government budget, of course, is small, not enough, but we've been able to successfully mobilize resources for diaspora engagement activities, including securing funding, establishing strategic partnerships, and offering technical support to enhance program effectiveness. We've established a win-win relationship with banks, real estates, and other like-minded partners to be able to serve our diaspora. Affecting diaspora, ensuring the needs and the concerns of are prioritized. For example, with IOM, Contract at the newer Stiftang, and such alike organizations. So with those few remarks, that is a brief from the liaison and partnerships. Thank you.
Excellency, one of the pillars is the quest that we have to give our youth jobs. I wish to invite Irene just to give a small stim. I know you are familiar with it, but allow us to just repeat again. Irene Karari.
Thank you very much, Balozi Helen. Rightfully referred to, and I head the Skills and Expertise Division. We are mandated to do 4 things, going by our 10-point mandate. One of them is to secure placement for Kenyans abroad. The second one is to implement the in the diaspora in enhancing more opportunities for Kenyans abroad, which we have done very well. Our Kenyans have supported us, and we have opened various doors in various countries. And of course, in the latest review of the executive order that was released this year, we are leading in the negotiations and implementation of bilateral labor agreements or MOUs that are strategic for labor mobility. I would like to highlight a few achievements that we have done as the division. As you recall, Your Excellency, last year in January, you launched the Pearson Center in Westlands that offer NCLEX exams for nurses. That is for nurses. Fully booked every day, 46 of them sitting for the exams, and they are doing very well. And of course, we developed the global labor market strategy, which we launched last year. That has a lot of activities in there, including mashinani engagements. You've seen us going to the counties to do sensitizations, what we call mashinani engagements, job fair, all those kind of stuff. And out of these job fairs, Your Excellency, which are now about 7 that we have carried out so far, about 35,000 Kenyans have attended. And when we look at the statistics, about 100 100,000 jobs were part of what they were able to interview on the ground. So I'm sure by now you know that our three-pronged approach to unemployment in Kenya, and this I speak in terms of the strategy that the government has. We have Kazi kwa ground, we have Kazi Maju, we have Kazi Mtandaoni, and what we are short of calling Kazi Majini, to avoid being called ghost workers, which we call Maju is what we do, and we have done it very well, Your Excellency. We have also developed pre-departure handbooks, which are country-specific because different have done several of them, and of course we do this in collaboration abroad. That they are able to hire Kenyans from here. Your Excellency, I spoke about the Kazi Maju program. So under Kazi Maju programs, we have various initiatives. We have under that, we have the UK edition. We also have the Canada edition. Canada edition is a pilot project which has seen about 5 of them, 5 Kenyans secure jobs there in the Ontario. To Maryland, and we have also pursued other opportunities in Minnesota and of course in Thailand, and we expect that this will continue growing. We have Muhandisi Maju. We flagged off about 26 engineers to Greece, and we're also expecting that that program will continue growing. Your Excellency, you have Dereva Maju. Dereva Maju, currently you have about 75 candidates in the pipeline. We have Muguzi Maju. We were able to do a pre-departure training for 26 of them who are joining the labor market in Minnesota, and of course about 25 shortlisted for pharmacist jobs in Jersey Island, following the agreement that we signed sometime this year. Opportunities in the Barbados that have various levels in energy, statistics, agriculture, and engineering. We continue conducting due diligence, both at agency level and at personal level. People coming into our office, which is just here, and we're able to verify for them whether those jobs are valid or not. Your Excellency, you met a team from Minnesota Steel regarding medical camp that took place in Kutra, and it was a uro-oncology program that saw about 10 patients benefit, 6 major operations and 4 minor ones. We also had, of course, it was diaspora-led. We also had another one in Mombasa, and we expect and we continue to see a lot of Kenyans willing to come and give back home their skills. This is under our Skills Technology and Transfer Program. Your Excellency, as you're aware, we have signed several strategic partnerships, that is MOUs and BLAs, of course with Germany, with Austria, with the state of Nebraska, FNF in Germany, we have hopes in the UK, and of course the GR8 also in the UK. We see a lot of upcoming, for example, TELP, German language.
We have investments and remittances, and I believe their success is clear. We've crossed the 1 trillion mark. Jay, so just very briefly, tell us what you have done. I hope you'll mention about your strategy as well.
Thank you so much, Balozi. My name is Jarso Boru, as Balozi said, and I work with the Division Saving, Investment and Remittances. As indicated, stated by my colleagues, skills, looking for the opportunities outside, the partnership creating France is well to engage them from different directions, but one channel to one channel is clear, and they feel safe and trust us and invest back home. This is one way of, we say that we are going to empower diasporans, not only diaspora, but also their own relatives, and reduce that vulnerability that many Kenyans at low income level are going through, and which is causing also sometimes trafficking. So this is where the issue of empowerment and direct engagement of the diasporans actually take place. So now, to facilitate this process, SAR is actually launch a strategy called Diaspora Investment Strategy, and through this strategy, we are going to establish an office, which is DISO, and DISO is the Diaspora Investment Support Office. It is the one which is going to support or facilitate, encourage, and also ensure that diasporans will not lose their resources as it used to be, and also create that trust environment for them to invest back at home. So DISO is soon going to be operational because the staffing, the budget, and everything is ready. Office. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Excellency, last but not least, I think you've already heard a lot from the Welfare Department, but we have a new nascent department called the Multilateral. We have realized that we are not able to execute our mandate fully if we just act as a single country. We have realized that it is important for us to have friends in the international arena who are able to speak the same voice as us. And one of the issues that we took forward was the issue of mental wellness, social benefits portability, and the issue of remittances, the cost of remittances. We realize that we are not able to do all those by ourselves, because if we are talking about social benefits portability, there's other countries involved. And of course, we know that social benefits portability are used by countries as a baseline for their investments, and so they will not want to let go very easily. But if we are many of us speaking the same thing, then we have a voice and we are able to push that button. In the multilateral arena, we have three great successes. DG for the IOM, and it was agreed that there will be a technical working group that will come up with modalities on how we can have one voice on the social benefits portability and the mental health wellness of the diaspora. Secondly, we had a meeting with the International Labour Organization Director General, and we were talking about workers' rights, which is part of the briefing that we had this afternoon. How are we able to protect our workers better? And that was something that it was on the future agenda of action for global diaspora engagement. How will the global diaspora engage? Particularly now that we're looking at diaspora bonds, we are looking at how to engage the diaspora in larger investments as opposed to the brick and mortar that they are used to doing. How can we leverage the diaspora to have a real impact? Can they build a terminal for us? We've also been able to go to Addis Ababa and collaborated with the AU Citizens and Diaspora Organization Directorate, CIDO, and we were talking about the same issues as well. But more importantly, we wish to have a side event in the next AU Summit together with IOM and CIDO, which is the AU. And we want to put forward some of the critical elements that affect the diaspora, but not just for Kenya, affect the African diaspora. If Africa can go with one voice, we believe that we'll be able to get a lot of leverage. Last but not least is the EAC diaspora policy. Excellency, that document picks from the Kenyan diaspora policy. They have used it as a template of what the East African diaspora policy looks like. And we have taken lead in the conversations around that. In that regard, we are also looking forward to having a side event at the EOC summit at some point. We want to bring this issue such that if East Africa can move with one voice, then Africa moves with one voice, we'll be able to have a lot of leverage. Without much further ado, should I invite? We have a video. We have a video of some of our, there's no volume. Okay, it looks like we don't have sound. Okay, so Excellency, we would wish to have you, these are just some of the successes that we have had. We have put it in a video format. I'm not sure if you can read. This is evacuation, I believe, from Lebanon. We had quite a number of ladies coming back from Lebanon. It was, and that is a repatriation of a body. I think our peers talking about human trafficking. A group going to Greece. Okay, that has been fairly fast. Muklima Maju, I believe, which you're very familiar with. NCLEX, the opening of the NCLEX Center. We are very proud of this one. And of course, our diaspora colleagues, which we praise. We were quite excited about that as well. This is cultural diplomacy. And of course, opening the NCLEX Center. President Kabira calling for feedback, meetings where we have attended, the diaspora asking questions. That looks like the diaspora investment, yes. Good. So unfortunately, we didn't have sound for that particular video. Excellency, we would wish to kindly invite you to us, and if you allow, we will excuse, after you're done, we will excuse the directors, the senior officers, but that we just have an interactive Q&A with our younger officers. I think that would be very exciting for them to hear and speak to them, and then we will be able to have a discussion.
Thank you very much, Balozi. Thank you very much, Balozi, and thank you very much, colleagues. I think we can clap for Balozi and for your various departments. So, Your Excellency, now I think please come and address your team. And then after that, we will proceed. But ladies and gentlemen, let's be upstanding and clap for His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Minister for Diaspora Affairs.
Good afternoon. How are you? Okay. Now, I don't know where to start, but let me just say congratulations to all of you, because you have made us proud. The entire team, with your peers and everybody. When Kenyans were clamoring for attention, especially Kenyans in the diaspora, and the president eventually decided that he should have a department dedicated to the diaspora, and you are the pioneers in this undertaking. Nobody imagined that you'd give this role the kind of profile you have given it. You know, in Kiswahili, there's usually the phrase kwamba ukiona vyafanya nini? Ujue vimeundwa, sivyo? So here you are, if we just use that phrase. Because ordinarily somebody would say, no, me I want to go to an already operational department. I want to be where it's a walk in the park. But you people chose to decide you are the ones who will create the paths in that park, the paths in the forest, the paths to really get Kenyans understand what it means to interact and make life better for many Kenyans who, in most cases, are caught unawares on a number of things. This afternoon we've had a media engagement, which we have decided we should be doing every quarter. And I want to tell you that in the Q&A, your PS has done a sterling job. And I am sure she could speak with that kind of conviction and dedication and accuracy because she has a team behind her. She could not have spoken in isolation. So what you have been able to harness is extremely important. And that's why I must now apologize to you, because I should have been here earlier. But it's never too late. We shall now work very, very closely together to make sure that the issues that you need in terms of upgrading your skills or upgrading the support that is required. I am now a total convert in understanding the depth of what you do and what you require. So this is a very good learning curve for me, and I'll become a better advocate of the role that the Department of the Diaspora plays in our nation. The other thing that I just want to say is that you will be getting even more pressure. This morning, when we were having another meeting, the Treasury brought out their data, and in their statistics they show that the diaspora remittances have now hit $5 billion and $80, which is clearly $1 trillion plus, as at the end of November. Now, that's a lot of money. And that contribution is helping us as a nation manage our exchange reserves, which are now 5 months cover. Ordinarily, for those of you who have done economics, many people would always talk about a 3 months import cover and so forth. But right now, Kenya's reserves are actually 5 months cover, 12 trillion equivalent. That is $12 billion. So we have a 5 months import cover. That brings stability in the economy. The money may not be coming directly to the government of Kenya, because I think that is also what we need to tell people to understand. It's coming into the economy of Kenya. You know, when you say the diaspora have remitted 5 billion or $1 trillion, the ordinary person walking in the streets thinks that directly the government of Kenya has received 1 trillion shillings. That is not the case. It's the economy of that has received 1 trillion Kenya shillings, which is then channeled into the economy through their families, through their investments, and in the process then it buttresses the Kenyan shilling, our currency, against hard or other international currencies. But an injection of 1 trillion into any economy, especially an economy like ours, is a very, very significant contribution. And therefore, listening to the person in charge of investments, we now must pursue that agenda of the diaspora bond. I had a chance to go to the World Bank, this is MEGA, and we had not yet matured as a country for a diaspora bond, because you need to have a critical mass of resources that the diaspora remit to a nation to be able to have the gravitas to generate sufficient attraction to a diaspora bond. And that was 2 years ago. But today, I can tell you the figures they gave of maturity, Kenya has now matured to have a diaspora bond. And that is how we can help them channel their resources effectively and also invest in infrastructure and other things that we want to do in this country. You've heard the President talk of an infrastructure fund and so forth. Within that fund, it's part of the place where the diaspora can also invest. And the remittances of the diaspora alone can build a new Jomo Kenyatta airport if they are channeled, aggregated and channeled properly. We can actually build a new Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. That's what the Kenyans living out there are now capable of doing, provided we have the right investment vehicles and the right areas that they can invest. So that's important from the economic perspective. But from the social perspective, I may want to look quietly at the profile of who you are, because you are handling distress cases from different areas. Some of you become victims in the process, because when somebody is distressed, they don't know who is coming to help and who is not coming to help. So you become the first line of attack. Kwanza na kutusi wewe, you have to calm them down before you listen to what they wanted. And it takes a lot of patience, a lot of resilience from the individuals, you know, to be able to take the heat initially, and then to calm the person down, and then now talk meaningfully to them and be able to provide a solution to their concern or their cause of distress. That's not easy, but you people are doing it. Mujipikie makofi bwana. I think you deserve a clap, because it's so significant. And then today you are giving us a lot of information on the threat of human trafficking, the dangers that lurk out there. There are vast opportunities, but in those vast opportunities, danger lurks. And this is what we also need now to help in bringing out to our people. 70% of our population is young. When you talk to them, they think you're obstructing them. But the majority of the faces I see in front of me are young faces. You have to find a way of communicating to your peers and telling them it's more complex than they imagine. it's much more complex than they imagine. And also to constantly remind them through various communication channels that I think we can work together on and adopt, for them to realize that what I've been trying to tell them, that the moment you step out of the Kenyan boundaries, it's not our constitution that applies. It's not. Sasa ile chanting haki yetu, haki yetu. Haki yetu under which constitution? Which constitution is applicable? It's not the 2010 constitution that we have here. Once you have left, that chant is about another constitution. It's not about the Kenyan constitution. And this is what many people have been forgetting and taking for granted. And in the process, we are seeing more and more cases of distress. But frankly speaking, what does it cost to obey the law? It is cheaper to obey the law, and it is very expensive to disregard the law. If you obey the law, you don't need a lawyer. If you disregard the law, you're likely to be looking for a lawyer. So which is cheaper? So these are messages that we need to find a way of communicating to our younger people, because they are our own, they are Kenyan citizens. We must encourage them. We must open doors for them. They must get those opportunities. And the Department of Diaspora is doing a great job. You're working. You're about 200 now. And that retreat of yours, give me good notice, nipitie huko. Yes, I hold you to account, so that somewhere along the line, maybe I can join and even interact a little more with these good people on some of the other issues that are not there, but also try and document your experiences. Because, as I said, you're pioneers. Try and document so that this becomes the template that can help us improve going into the future. Because it's through your experiences that we'll be able to know what it takes, where the shoe pinches, and so forth. So I want to encourage you to do that. Otherwise, I've been meeting some of you sometimes at functions in the diaspora. I think we were together recently in Qatar. We were with others in Germany. So wherever I've been, I've seen some of your faces, for those who manage to travel from time to time. But please, if you ever imagined that we don't appreciate, I stand here to say we do. We do. We do. You are doing an excellent job. And you have my full support, my prayers, my ears, and we shall work together as we go forward. So let me not say any more. Asanteni sana. God bless you all, and continue doing the Kenyan people proud, and also for the families that you continue to help. The data is amazing. As you're just churning out some of the figures of how many cases, how many have been rescued, and all that. You know, this is a serious story that is not being told appropriately out there. So let's find a way of telling this story to the Kenyan people, even more effectively and more passionately. Then they will understand. And when people understand, they're likely to be better. If they don't understand, you don't know for how long you can blame them. But if they understand what it takes, what it costs, you are seeing cases that also impact on your own mental stability, because you are dealing with a crisis that is untold until it affects you psychologically. So these are very serious things. But on behalf of the Kenyan people, asanteni sana. God bless you.
Okay, so we want to get ready for the photograph, Romel. Come and tell us how to do it. And just to reiterate that after the photograph, then the senior officers can give our young officers a moment just to ask a couple of questions. Okay, I'm made to understand that the photograph can only be taken on the stairs and not in the room. Yes, so allow me to give the vote of thanks while we are all still here. Sorry. Ambassador Wanjohi will do the vote of thanks, and then Romel will give us directions on the photograph.
Your Excellency, PCS, Your Excellency, PCS, and our peers, and this family of the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, I want to take this opportunity to warmly and happily thank you, PCS, for honoring us with this visit. It means a lot to us, and it's not the first time that you're coming, because you've held us in your heart all this time. So having you around with us and feeling and embracing your wise advice and having you around has been a momentous moment for us. And we really want to promise that we will represent as we should, and with the guidance of our able peers, I know that we will go far. So let me not say much, but we are grateful and very much honored. And at this juncture, I want to maybe welcome the few cadets that would want to interact and have some few questions, as I request the directors to head to 26th floor. Yes. Oh, we are down. Okay, sorry for that confusion. Thank you very much.